morning, everybody. This is your dfwstormwatch tropics watch video briefing for today, June 21st, 2012. This video was recorded and the PowerPoint made at 4:06 p.m. Pacific time. Right now, you're looking at satellite imagery, which was taken at 10:58 p.m. Greenwich Standard Time, showing Invest 96L near the Yucatan Peninsula right here. And you can see it's moving north-northeast at 3 miles per hour with maximum winds right now of 25 miles per hour. The system currently has a 50% chance of developing into a tropical storm within 48 hours according to the National Hurricane Center. Now I'm going to show you a comparison here 168 hours or 1 week from now using two major models that we have, the GFS, the Global Forecasting System model, and the second one, the European model, the ECMWF, both 1 week from now. Right now you can see this is the GFS here, and the low pressure system has already moved through Florida and is now up here in Canada as a non-tropical low, which has been absorbed already by an extratropical low. The Euro shows a complete flip-flop from that. Instead of going into Florida and taking that route, it does show that extratropical low is still up there, and but this low does not get absorbed, and the energy does not split like it does with the GFS. The energy organizes and slowly moves northwestward until it begins making landfall through Texas as a possible hurricane. And finally, the National Hurricane Center has begun running its Invest models here. The NAM, which isn't really working right now, the BAM, the BAMs, and the LBAR models all initialized a couple of hours ago, and also the ship's intensity model. I like to look at the ship's intensity model. This is generally the scale the National Hurricane Center likes to use. So, here's that scale for you. Right now it's at 20 knots, which is exactly a knots. That's 25 miles per hour. It'll be 30 knots in about 24 hours according to the ships, meaning it could be a tropical depression according to the ships in 24 hours. In about 48 hours, it forecasts 43 knot winds, which is about 50 to 55 mile per hour winds. So in 48 hours, the ships is forecasting a tropical storm in the Gulf of Mexico. In about 72 hours, we reach 60 knots. That's about 70 mile per hour winds, putting it very close to hurricane strength. In 96 hours, this is a critical point. We're showing about 73 mile per hour winds. Any higher, and we could be reaching a Category 1 strength. And finally, by 120 hours, we start to decrease a little bit to 70 mile per hour winds with 60 knots. In 120 hours, that's 5 days. Ships is forecasting faster movement. And you know, the ships goes on a 120-hour basis, so at the OLZ, we'll get a little bit better idea here. This is the 18Z ships model. So once again, most of the models right now are agreeing that the system will move west soon. You know, right now it's going to continue that northeast. I'm kind of liking the BAM model right now, you know, taking that look. I'm also looking, I like the BAM and the BAMS models right now, because the BAM model is looking at a western curve. And look at the BAMS model, it does show that northwestern curve, but I like it right now because it's taking it northeast. And then we'll probably continue it westward. So, here's the possible impacts of Debbie on Texas, and you'll see why I'm saying only Texas right now. You could have coastal flooding, you know, and this isn't necessarily storm surge or anything like that. These are just high waves that we're going to get from Debbie moving on shore. 3 to 5 inches or more of rain will be possible depending on strength and how well it will be organized and when it makes landfall. All of those factors will determine rainfall. Also storm surge, also depending on how long it takes and how strong it is. We could have a storm surge of 2 to 4 feet with a strong tropical storm or Category 1 hurricane, but once again that does depend on strength. Finally, your DFW Storm Watch and Tropics Watch projected path. Now it's not really a projected path, it's more like a basically string of model data is the consensus here. You can see here what we're forecasting is, here's the low pressure right on the northeastern tip of the Yucatan Peninsula. That's going to continue heading, it's going to start to turn northwest pretty soon according to our forecasts, and will eventually hit the Texas or far northeastern Mexican coast. Right now I'm forecasting it'll probably make landfall between Corpus Christi and Brownsville, But once again, it's still pretty far out, and the model data could change. We'll make more projected path / model data forecasts as time goes on, and I might make a new one after the OZ run, because we will probably also make a tropical update after we make some changes to this PowerPoint. At the tip here, the BAMs and the BAM model kind of come into this play here. You know, it could make landfall on the Louisiana coast and then start to head westward. I'm now agreeing with that westward movement for now, because most or all the models except for the GFS have shifted over to Texas and northeastern Mexico. And once again, this has been your DFW Stormwatch and tropicswatch update. Stay tuned, we'll have more briefings and updates later on. Also keep it tuned to livestream.com/DFW Stormwatch and the tropicswatch and DFW Stormwatch Facebook page. Thank you and have a nice day.